Welcome to the Lady Nighthawk Show, where we talk about hot topics and interesting things. We have dancers, singers, writers, cooks. They can't cook in the studio, but they can show you, how they made it. And so we have business people, financial, veterans. We have, for 21 years, we've had a little bit. If you name it, boxers, you name it, we've had it on this show. And so today is this time of the year that you have to think about your taxes. And this gentleman right here has been on the show in the past with the veterans, okay? And he's been on the show before with his wife. So we have both of them here tonight because they have a new venture, okay? And we want them to introduce themselves to you once again. And we're gonna start with...
Ladies first?
Yes.
All right, I am Dezarae Malone, the wonderful wife of Mr. Nevage Malone, first and foremost, mother, and owner of Royal Tax and Financial Services.
And mother of how many? Because I met a lady at the doctor's office yesterday, and I swear she didn't look any more than 30. She said she had 7 kids.
Oh, well, we have a blended family of 5.
Okay.
But I have 3.
Okay.
So 3 plus 2. We put
5.
It all together, that makes 5.
Yeah.
1 boy out of that 5.
Okay. I have a blended family too.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, we didn't even know that what a blended family was, now that's
I didn't know what it was until I married him.
Yeah,
so.
but I mean, this been going on forever. It's just that nobody had a word for
That's
it
right.
now. They make movies about blended families,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
So I have like 3 and 2. I have 5.
Okay.
2 from a previous marriage,
Yeah.
and then the 3 that from this marriage. So I have 5 too. No, this lady had 7 of her own kids, okay?
God bless her.
But she looked good. I mean, I would have never, I'm not saying that, because wait a minute, long time ago, people that had families, 11, 12, and 13 children.
Yes.
Okay, it wasn't nothing for, you talk to your grandmother or somebody, and she had 11 sisters and brothers,
Yep.
by the same man. I'm not talking about divorces
That's right.
and all that other stuff. I'm talking about the same man, and they stayed married, okay? And their children turned out to be pretty doggone good,
That's right.
So I'm not against anybody. It just seems like some people just don't want us to have children, okay? But,
That's another topic in itself.
yeah, that's right. But we're going to move on from that one. Okay? That's not why we're here tonight, right? Okay. But, I mean, I was just saying that, because y'all are a very young-looking couple.
Thank
so,
you.
Thank you.
So don't let that fool you. I did all that to bring that point out. Don't let them look like they're young, that, they don't have what it takes that they're offering to you, okay? So did I give you a chance to introduce yourself? No, I got offset with the children. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks for having me here today, Paula. I'm Nevage Malone, the husband of Dezarae, the great Dezarae Malone. And just thank you for having me. I'm really excited. A veteran, Navy type, and really happy to be able to give back. I've been in a place before facing homelessness, dealing with a lot of PTSD and trauma, comprehension. I had to go back to school, do a lot of personal development since last time I've been here.
Okay.
So the journey's been fun. It's been a lot of grit, but a lot of growth.
And he also started his real estate business. He is also the CEO of Royal Property Group.
Oh, okay. You didn't tell us that last time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't, it's not enough time.
Well, that's why I try to do at least 2 to 3 shows, okay? So that means that if you want to catch some other stuff, go listen to Let's Talk with Paula, okay? That's the first show we did tonight, and then this is Lady Nighthawk. So at 3:30 is Let's Talk with Paula. 8 o'clock is the Lady Nighthawk show, which is this show. So if you look at both shows,
You
guys,
gotta see both.
then you get a whole lot of knowledge. Also, remember, we're on YouTube now as well. So when you go to BCMC TV, you still have to put in the name of my shows, which is Jeremiah I Am Church. It is the Let's Talk with Paula show, and it's the Lady Nighthawk show, okay? So you can see them if you live in Florida, California, wherever, you can see them, and they can still give you good information. And who knows, by the time we're here next year, they will be in one of those states.
We all over it. We operate and provide services in all 50 states.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, Royal Tax and Financial Services has been in business since 2015 where I met my lovely husband.
Oh, okay.
Cheers.
So, however, before that, it was another name. So Royal Tax and Financial is now a broader scope because we don't just focus on taxes. Originally, it was just taxes.
Right.
Now we're offering tax planning, tax services, financial advisory. We are a licensed life insurance agency.
We're licensed.
And we offer credit restoration.
Which is amazing,
Yes,
by the way.
credit restoration.
Well, you got to tell people what credit restoration is when she finishes.
Okay.
Yes, credit restoration, business funding, personal funding. We help people get approved for mortgages, car loans, apartments, anything financial, we have it. We also specialize with our debt-free navigator program, and we also specialize in I think that's it.
No.
The debt-free navigator. Oh, we also help businesses remain compliant.
There you go.
We offer business licensing service, compliance services, registered agent services. If you need help forming your LLC or your S corporation, we do everything in-house. Everything is professional, and the documents arrive to your doorstep.
Okay, let me ask you about the LLC, registering your name. Okay, now, you register your name because you don't want anybody to take it, but you have not financially gotten stable enough because you're still in the formative stages, you know, before you go out there and do what you have to do. Now, if somebody told me that they got a letter that said that because they did register as a LLC, the name, that they expect to have an annual report at the end of the year in the property tax. But if you haven't even started your business, what do you do?
That is a great question. You are still by law, I know for sure in Maryland, you must file your annual report. It's mandatory for any LLC.
What is the annual report going to say? Oh, we haven't started our business?
It's just going to say 0000.
Okay.
If you don't, as far as the property tax portion of it, if you don't have a brick and mortar, you just put 0. I don't do any business out of a brick and mortar property. I don't own any real estate or commercial real estate. And you just literally put nothing in there. Nothing has changed. Pay the money, send it off, and it's done.
And they want you to pay, they said $400. They said, well, I ain't paid $400 just to register my name. And and then the business hasn't gotten started yet. So what would you, just as I did all of this to ask you this. So would it have been better for them to have not registered their name until they got the loan and all the paperwork and everything done before they went through that process and to get registered in the name? Should that have been the last thing they did and not one of the first things that they did?
Well, they could have gotten they could have registered the name with the IRS with the tax ID number. That way, at least you have that part done, and they could have also maybe just patent and trademark the name so no one can take it versus opening and starting the LLC unless you plan to actually do business with it.
Well, I think that concept is, but I think that what they should have done was that last thing that you said. What was it?
Patent and trademark the name.
Yes, and that's what I think that when they asked me about it, that's what I thought they were going to do.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were going to go the other route, because I know that if I patent and I trademark, I know that I don't have to pay.
That's right.
For that.
You would just pay for that.
Yes, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so I was surprised, when they called me, and I said, "Oh, okay." So now I can tell them to watch the show.
That's
and
right.
They can get the information that they need about, and then they can also come to you guys. Okay.
That's right.
But I'm quite sure there are other people out here that's trying to, somebody say, "Oh, do an LLC," because da da da. But they don't tell you that when you are registering it, what's the proper way to do it so you don't have to give an annual report when you don't have anything to report.
That's right.
That's what I told myself. All you can do call the people and ask them, right? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
But they said, but you know everything. Look, they know, say, you know everything. I said, no, I don't.
But you know people that do.
Yeah. Now, see, what's amazing is that this just happened, and when you said something, it triggered. Let me ask them this question, because I just got to ask the question.
Yes.
Now I can be smart and go back.
It's important to start properly.
Yeah.
Because the end game depending on what your goals are, if you want to get some funding, personal or business funding, you want to make sure you're structured properly.
Yes, very
That's
important.
one of the things that we do. We actually take that comprehensive approach and walk you all the way through that process. And whether you want to hire us to do everything for you, you have that option. If you don't have time, if you're a busy person, a professional, we actually do that a la carte service as well. But more importantly, we'll show you. If you want questions, we're always 24 hours available, and if not, we'll respond within that time frame.
Yes,
But
we're
we'll
very
show you that.
intimately involved with our clients. It's not a transactional relationship. It's as long as you're here, and we like to reach out on holidays and say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We check in
personal.
on everybody and see how they're doing.
I do too.
Yes.
You see, I do. Okay.
Yes, because life is it be lifing, and you just want to make sure I genuinely care. I value the relationship and you trusting me, with respect to your finances, but I also appreciate you as a person. So
You can't have, I'm sorry,
go
you
ahead.
can't have good taxes and bad credit. Or have the better of both of those worlds and no coverage on your family. So there's an approach that we come to look at your circumstances and just give you remedy so that you can fix those holes in the bottom of the ship so you stop sinking.
yes,
We patch those ships, them holes up, and you can get going.
we want to ensure sustainability. The foundation is the most critical part of anything you start or anything you do. If your foundation is strong, now we're talking about growth and scaling.
So the question is this. Now, that sounds real good for people that are young, in their early 40s, that not near retirement age. That sounds fantastic. But what happens to the person that's already been on either Social Security disability or they're on Medicare, Social Security, and that's it? What do you do with them?
Well,
Is it anything that you can do with them?
well, I guess it would just depend on where they are. And, are you on Social Security and disability? Are you planning to retire? Did you have to come out of retirement because of your finances?
Or your disability?
Yeah, or your disability. Did you become critically ill or terminally ill? So we have to have that conversation and ensure that, of course, we want to make sure that you're comfortable. And that's very important, because in order for me to be of service and to be able to give you the proper guidance and the support, it's very important that you're transparent and open with me and you trust me to tell me everything so that I can, give you the best advice, the best support and resources. If I am not able to do it, which is very rare, I'm going to ensure that you go into the hands of someone else that's just as trustworthy as me or more to give you what you need. So it's not just, I can't help you. I've never turned a client away or told them I can't do anything for them.
And so that becomes so important, and it crosses my mind because the elect is talking about doing away with Medicare and Social Security.
Heard that.
I hope that that does not happen. I have my own opinion about. Let me say this first. You have until December the 7th, you guys that are on Medicare, since we're on that topic, you guys with Medicare, to get your medical insurance. If you want to change it to another company, you need to do that now, okay? Because December the 7th is the last day that you can just keep what you have if you're happy with it, right? But if you want to change your prescription, or you want to change your medical supplemental from Medicare, or if you want to go on an Advantage plan, now is the time to do it. You got until the 7th is like 2 days from now.
2
right?
days.
And so, there's a lot of information out there on the television, but you need to feel comfortable with whom you're talking to when you call those agencies. Medicare can't advise you, but Medicare can kind of steer you in the right direction, okay? Some people that work for the federal government that have those policies with Medicare, if you come out that policy to go into one of these Advantage plans, you cannot, if you don't like it, you cannot go back and get that insurance. That is locked down, okay? So you don't want to take that risk of going into Advantage plan come out of a good Medicare program you have with the federal government, and then think that next year you can go back. You cannot. I'm telling you what I know. You cannot. So be careful. To me, my opinion, they're waving a carrot in front of you with these advantage plans. If you've noticed last year when they really started with these advantage plans, it was supposed to be only for open enrollment. See, I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. Pay attention. Mm-hmm. They was only supposed to be doing open enrollment. After open enrollment stopped, the advantage plan was still selling all the way up to now. Okay, so that tells you something, that somewhere it didn't do what it wanted to do. It didn't get as many people to come over as they needed to come. Mm-hmm. So let's pay attention to see what happens this time. Are they going to be able to continue? Because they were the only people that were able to still help you change your plans after open enrollment, okay? So let's see, pay attention. Because to me, if you look at, my opinion, if you look at the advantage plan with all the stuff that they're offering you, it's almost like a welfare system, except for they're calling it something different. And they've been trying to shut down that welfare system forever, okay? You have people that are going into that advantage plan, but you have people that are, the advantage plans themselves are shutting down because they're not getting the people that they need. Mm-hmm. So all I'm telling you to do, go see these people. Go talk to them. You got 2 days. Call them up on the telephone. They don't mind being busy. They got enough staff, okay? But ask them a question. What should I do? Because they know too, okay? If you come out of that Medicare plan that is top-notch that you have, to go to an advantage plan this year, you cannot get back into that Medicare plan, okay? Which is Medicare F for federal employees, okay? I'm telling you. So be careful about what you're doing, and if you did that, if they didn't tell you that, I'm just sorry. So that was in my spirit because we got there. That I make sure that I tell you, you got 2 more days. So if you want to change, you can change back. You know, you just won't be able to get back on that F plan. Okay. But you can change to a supplemental plan and out of an advantage plan. You can do that. Okay. So you just make up your mind because it's a carrot that I see that's being dangled. And it just looked like it's the old welfare system. And I've been around for a long time. And, you know, it's only for a year. They change every year. And the plan that you're in this year, whoever the company is, they might not be in business next year because they didn't get enough people to take the carrot. Okay? So I just want to say that, and we're going to get back to it. But if you have a question, call these folks, okay, before the 7th. You have until midnight on the 7th, okay, and ask them, can you give me a suggestion on what you think I should do because I think I messed up. Maybe you didn't, you know, because it looks good, but what they say, all that looks good is not good for you.
That's right.
Okay, so that was my opinion. And I just wanted to remind you that you have 2 more days. And you can, if you went into something you don't like it, you can always go back. But you cannot go back to that Medicare F plan. Okay, you're done. Once you shut them down, you're done. Okay, so think about it.
That's right.
Did I tell them right?
Yep, you did.
Okay. So what's your phone number so if they want to call you?
240-644-8177.
And what's the website?
Royal Financial Services, and that is ROYALE Financial SVCS.com.
Okay. And is there something else I need to ask?
Just if you guys need any support from A to Z, and with respect to personal credit and even business credit, we want to be able to assist in those regards. If you need life insurance, this is a time and frame that we have to have that tough conversation. As a veteran, I'm grateful that I served this country and I have some coverage, but I have to also get additional coverages, you know, and things of that nature, depending on what my goals are. So depending on what it is that you are trying to do, make sure that you put yourself in position so that your family will reap the benefits of you being here instead of reaping the benefits of you leaving here with no coverage.
And also, they have to be careful with these $10,000 plans, okay? Yeah. Because $10,000, the funeral homes are charging, and you're going to come out in a deficit, okay? Right. And I think that's a disgrace that goes on because they know $10,000 now is not going to bury you if you die,
That's
okay?
Right.
Even if you want cremation. See, people think cremation is cheaper. Not,
No, it's
okay? It costs just as much as you being buried. So if you want to bury somebody and you think about cremating them, you're going to get cheaper. Not. Go on and bury the people, okay? Just don't get extravagant, okay? But just go on and bury the person, okay? And then you need to check and see whether or not your family got family lots, okay? Because you got family plots that you don't even know about. So you better ask Aunt Sally or Uncle Tom, do we have a family burial sites down there in Southern Maryland? Because a lot of us got in Virginia and Southern Maryland, we got property. And somebody in that family, okay, is paying the taxes on that property and you're not reaping any of the benefits. So if they talk to you and they being honest with you, then they can tell you that so they know how they can go back and reap some of those benefits that's been left to the entire family. Does that make sense?
Makes total sense.
I don't know where that came from, but God just told me that I needed to say it, okay?
Yes, absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I've helped my family with that process. So you're definitely on point. Another thing is we lost our mom
Sorry to hear that.
this year, a couple months ago. My mother-in-law, his mom, and sister. And
sorry to hear
Thank
that.
you.
It's been a
Condolences.
yes, but not just that. Our family was taken care of, and outside of that, we've lost a number of other family members and friends. The problem is there's too many GoFundMes going around. A GoFundMe is not insurance, and we have to stop being selfish. It's not fair to leave your family with the burden on ensuring how you are properly transitioning over, handling your debts and your bills, and making sure that your children are taken care of in the event that something happens to you. We have to be more responsible, and we have to stop being selfish. I've heard so many things. I've even heard people say things like, I don't want no one benefiting when I die. How selfish is that?
That's crazy.
But when that happens, this is the very person that's out here looking for donations and trying to get a GoFundMe. We have to change our mindset.
Yes, and we need to make sure that these insurance companies that are giving you $10,000 worth of insurance, you need to make sure what the clauses are saying.
Yes.
Because some of them have a 2-year stipulation on them, okay? And that's not going to help you if you die tomorrow, okay, for certain things. So you need to make sure that whomever you talk to, that you go to somebody else like these folks that can kind of guide you along, okay? If they don't know the answer, at least they know somebody who does know the answer, okay? So the thing is that we have to be very careful because it has been a lot of people that have been dying, a lot. It doesn't matter how old you are, whether it's by tragedies, shootings, natural causes, or what, it's a lot going on. But you need to look and see that because somebody says $10,000 to get you such and such thing for $5 a month, well, what does that do for your family?
Right.
Nothing.
What does that do for me burying you? Okay, so you need to look at that a little differently about pennies a day. You see, I watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And you need to pay attention to, like she said, don't be selfish, okay? And that goes both ways. If you have a child that lives in your house and you guys take care of each other, then you need to make sure that the two of you need to make sure that y'all have a substantial amount of insurance that's going to cover both of you. Don't have $10,000 for your mother, or $10,000 for your son, $100,000 for you. Well, what the hell are they going to do when you leave?
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
So when you look at that insurance thing, if it's just two of you and there's no spouse and it's just a child and a parent, you need to look at that thing and see, if you die, what's going to happen? Or if they die, what's going to happen? $10,000 ain't going to cut it, guys. And that's in my spirit to tell you today. Because I've seen too many of those commercials and I'm about sick of them, okay? So you need to talk to somebody to find out how you can regroup.
Yes.
Okay, being a senior citizen, that's where I started. Being a senior citizen, how can I regroup so I can ensure that my family's not going to use it. They're too proud to use, what you call that page, GoFundMe?
Yeah,
they're too proud, trust me. But some people have no choice, okay?
Right.
But now we're telling you today that you do have a choice.
You do.
You do, even though you might be here, and if I'm saying it wrong, please correct me. You do have a starting point from any point, but you got to be transparent.
That's right.
Did I say it right?
That's right.
And the most misconception is that, the biggest misconception is that with respect to insurance that people would think that, hey, look, if I don't qualify, then there's no way that no one's going to get covered. We have a way that you can still get coverage even if you have grandchildren. When I say that we can help just about anybody as long as we know what the goal is, and we can utilize the resources around us, because sometimes we look at those grandchildren or children as baggage, but they the bag.
Well, Gerber Life been around forever, since my kids. You know, that was the clue.
Yep.
Okay, Gerber Life been telling you for years, start that plan now, because the lower the age, the cheaper the insurance, and the more insurance you can get. For a 20-year-old, I can get a $100,000 policy at 18, 19, 20 years old than if I try to get it when they turn 30 years old. You know?
Yep.
And so the younger they are, like you said, the better it is for you to get life insurance for them. You know, because look, nobody is guaranteed. Just like somebody killed the 3 and the 5-year-old just yesterday at a school. They're at school minding their business. God bless that family.
Yes.
They're at school minding their business, and somebody comes in and shoot who is that sick that would shoot a 3 and a 5-year-old in a classroom? Something's wrong. There's something definitely wrong right now with this country, and we need to try to fix it. So I do want you, because to tell these nice, wonderful viewers that we have how they can get in contact with you again, your website, and the things that you offer.
Okay.
Yeah. Phone number is 240-644-8177. The website is Royal Financial Services, and that's ROYALE Financial SVCS.com.
Okay.
And we offer credit, business credit, life insurance. We give you a free, debt-free program. All you gotta do is schedule, book a consult, and more importantly, we'll take care of your taxes.
Yes, yes. It doesn't matter where you are in your journey as far as your credit. Life happens. Life is lifing. Bankruptcy, repos, collections, no matter what it is, we are definitely in the business to get you remedy. So.
And you know, a lot of times your young kids are embarrassed that they don't want to tell their parents what's going on, you know, and so they suffer through it. Whereas all you had to do was talk to me.
That's
for a minute. You know, I might have been able to give you some guidance, okay?
Yeah.
But so I'm talking to you young people. Talk to your family. If you don't want to talk to them, call these people, okay? Because they'll set you straight. And it's too much that's going on financially bad in this country right now, okay? It depends on who you are and where you are. You do financially well, and with that generational wealth, if you got people that's going to guide you, and you have a one-stop shop. So tell us real quickly how that works.
Yes. So as my husband shared, go ahead, babe, take it away.
Listen, you go ahead and just tap in, you book your consult, we'll get you on the calendar. Me and my wife will be there. We'll walk you all the way from A to Z. Just make sure you got your goals in front of you and be transparent. Hey, if you tell us the truth, we're going to tell you the truth.
That's right.
Okay, and also you have different areas in your office that they don't have to go all over the place to get things done.
That's right.
You
That's
have different offices for different things, so everything is in that one suite.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So that means that you don't have to pay your taxes here. You don't have to talk about the repo there. You don't have to talk about the family wealth and the life insurance there.
Perfect
Yeah.
Because
example.
you can go right in this one spot, in this one room, and if you have to make 3 different appointments, at least you know you're coming to the same place, and oh, I'm stepping from here to here. Did
and
I say
it's
that
one
right?
person handling your finances, or should I say one business, because everyone under our organization, we perform at a high level. So you're always going to get the same experience no matter who you talk to.
And so with that, we want to say good night, and I want to thank you guys for coming, and I
Thank you.
appreciate you for being here, and we'll see you next time. Let's get this some wave over here.